If you've seen my previous episode, you remember that I was talking about AI and how it is killing a good amount of professional photo jobs. So how about retouching?
SBweekly. Let's go.
Hey everyone, Stephan here. I hope you're doing well. As you can see and hear, I'm back in the studio for a short while. It's not quite finished, there's still building going on, but I quite enjoy to work with some good microphones and in a decent environment again, so I don't have to handle all the weirdness of small little tiny microphones that don't sound the way you want, and you have to speak up. You can't just drop your voice and speak in a normal tone. I enjoy it, being back here for a moment at least. Anyway, AI. Yes, indeed. It's amazing. You can do incredible things, and as I shown in the last video, yes, you can put a parrot on someone's shoulder and all these sort of fancy things, but when it comes to high-end retouching, I'm talking high megapixel images, I'm talking about real details and really going into the nitty and gritty. Is AI capable of that, or is the human being still a good step ahead? So here in Photoshop, we'll look at 5 different composites, and as you can tell, slightly complex. So where it all starts is with the fact that my studio is not as wide as this photo applies. So this is the actual size of my studio. Even though this is a 3 meter wide black backdrop here, I couldn't fit all of them in. So I had to take 3 different images. And yes, we did use real smoke because real is better than fake. And then we have the second image, which I just moved slightly to the right. And we have a third image, which I moved slightly to the left. Now these images, I set them to screen mode so I can see where they overlap. And we have to make some decisions. What is going in front and what's going behind. So let's have a look at this. We have a foot here. Where does it go? And the same applies to this hand. Even worse, what's going on with this kerfuffle here with hands? There's no chance that AI will sort this out. So what we really have to do is we have to start with our main image. Now this becomes a little bit of a Photoshop tutorial, but I hope you hang in there. We are applying the second image and a mask. Yes, that mask can be created with AI. We have this beautiful thing now in Photoshop that is called Select Subject, and it does a pretty good job. There are, however, certain issues with, as example, stray hair. That is something that we have to do manually. Anyway, so we do the same thing on the other side. We create a mask and we apply it. Now, to speed up things, I've already taken care of a few things. As example, you can see that there is a leg going here behind. I've already masked this out to fit in with our main picture so that that leg is actually hidden. But let's have a look at some details. This is a prime example. You would assume, since we're talking about AI, that you would just mask this area and let AI sort it out. Wishful thinking. So I've done this exercise. This is one result, not so pretty. This is another example, and this is a third example, which sort of gets it. So forget AI. What we can do, first approach, just get that hand here out of the way. A little bit of clone stamp tool will do the trick just fine. And then, of course, we have to make sure that she's wearing the same thing. They're all wearing crop tops, so we have to get the stomach back in. And it's these sort of details that then make the big difference to go to and composite like this. And if you then wonder where is all that extra smoke coming from, that's certainly AI. No, it's not. I like to keep things real, so I photographed smoke in various stages, made sure I photographed them all in black and white, so I can then color them in however I want and use the parts that I then need. So that's just one image. Let's jump in to another one. And yet again, this is a composite of two images. This is one of them, and this one is the second one. And when we lay them on top of each other, this is what we're getting. This is a pretty good mask, pretty easy to do. And then we have the other image and also create the mask. Now, they are set to screen mode, so I can move them over and position them just where I think they should be. Obviously, we have a problem here. So this little light balloon thingy-majig has to be behind, and everything starts to work. Here's another lovely example where AI would have a little bit of trouble. It seems to be a pretty straightforward composite. This is the first image, this is the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. Pretty easy. Now, as we can see, the girl on the right always has her arm underneath the girl on her left and then in front of her body. As these two pictures are overlaid, we see that her arm is not in front of him. You see the same problem every single time when we have these overlapping images and then also create those little shadows. Not super difficult to do in Photoshop if you know what you're doing, but something that a human being would instantly see and realize that these are the patterns, and then we can just fix it accordingly. This is then the final image. Coming to this beauty, as you would have guessed, it's several images. This is one, this is another, and this is the third. Now it becomes even more complex. Let's switch on those masks. It seems to be all right, but now we have some issues with lighting. The main light is on the left side. Since this is the beginning of our third image, you see that she is lit a lot stronger than her. The other problem we have is that she was caught in the middle of some smoke. So if I switch the mask off, you see that there was a lot of smoke coming in, which now she seems to be completely correct with some smoke going in front of her. However, once I switch that off, when you compare her crystal clear and her sort of milky, well, that's the smoke. And then you compare her crystal clear next to her. She's on the right image side of the middle image. And here we have the same problem with smoke compared to, let's say, these ones, which are crystal clear. So these are things, aside from the entire overlap, this is obviously a bit of a problem which we can solve with masking. But we have several other issues that we need to take care of.
2 hours later.
So now the arm is behind. The weird situation here with shoes and so on is solved. His legs are covering it nicely. And we made slight adjustments to the various contrast levels. Now what we need to do is to add the smoke. The smoke is a combination of various photos that I've taken of smoke, and then I colored it in to make sure that the whole thing looks disco-y, and then to finish it off, add some smoke in the front as well, which then becomes the final image. And as we just speed through those images, so here is the last example, consists of 4 images. This is number 1, number 2, 3, 4, switch them all to screen mode. You see how they overlap. Move them until I think they are in the right spot where it would make sense if they would have been photographed together. We start with number 1, add number 2, apply a mask, set this to normal, create a mask for the first image, and now we're pretty good. Let's have a look at the next one. Here it becomes a little bit more complex. Leg situation, foot situation. Let's switch this to normal. So does this foot go forward? Probably. Should this foot go behind? Most likely. So this is what we're getting. And then with the fourth and last image, we have the situation of this crazy bend. I don't know how she does it. I would break my back. the mask on, and then we'll switch this from screen mode to normal mode and decide that this arm should be in the front, and then sort out a little bit of the chaos down here, adding those shadows, and then we're good to go. These are the sort of things that AI is not even close to be able to understand or to do. So coming from a single image to a composite like this, which truly tells a story and photographically would be extremely difficult to achieve. All these images are super high resolution. So we can zoom in here and see how much detail there truly is in those images. We see every crystal, we see every eyelash. And this is something where AI is not up to scratch yet when it comes to these sort of high resolution images. Not only the understanding or the decision making of which arm goes in front and which leg goes in the back and where the shadows should fall, etc. But even if you wanted to add something, generative AI is limited. At the moment in the current Photoshop version, we can go to about 2000 by 2000 pixels. So if we look at that's an area this big, compare this to the size of the actual image. Way too small for actual printable big size images. Well, there you go. AI is amazing, but when it comes down to these sort of things that we looked at, then yeah, no chance. Human being, 100%. As long as you know what you're doing in Photoshop. All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit and maybe even got an idea here or there. And with that, I say thank you until next time. Until then, go out and create something awesome.
Film, music, good ideas. Let your wildest heart now speak. When art meets inspiration, every single week, we're all in this together. One huge creative heart. So let's get to it. You and I, let's create some art. SBweekly.